Are you interested in League of Legends? Well, you came to the right place. Hello, and welcome to a guide to League of Legends. I'll be going over everything League of Legends related for beginners. If you've never played the game before, if you know a little bit about the game, if you know a lot about the game, hopefully everyone will find some sort of benefit. I've been playing the game since the beta, basically, on and off for some years, so I'm very well acquainted with the champions, the design, the mechanics, the evolution of the game, and that might sound sad to some people that have been playing for so long, but it's a fun game. Um, when I want to start, I'll start from the very basics. So if you've never played the game before, you have no idea what's going on, this video is for you. If you've played the game and you're a beginner, maybe you played a few games, you want to understand some more, you should watch this. If you're looking for specific champion guides, those will be coming out later. But to start off with, I should probably start every guide with, what is League of Legends? So as you can see here, let me make sure this is recording. It is. I'm in the practice tools. This is not exactly how it's going to look like, but let me unpause here. You can't normally pause, but this is because it's the practice tool. All right. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't resume. Oops. Okay, so League of Legends is a MOBA. It's a mass online battle arena, meaning you're going to have teammates against other people, and you're going to be fighting to see who wins. There's things like, as you saw, minions that are spawning and whatnot, but basically the goal of the game is to destroy this. So this is your Nexus, right? If you're on the blue side, like here, this is your Nexus. It's right next to your fountain, your base. This is your home. You'll be coming here a lot. We'll get back to that. This is the enemies. It's in the exact opposite side of the map. And you can see the map is like this bottom right corner here. Oh, this is a mini map. And this is their Nexus. The goal is to destroy it. You can't destroy it right now. I'll tell you how you can destroy it. But even if I were to... where's the teleport? Shift S. Even if I were to somehow magically appear here, and obviously I can do this because it's a practice tool, this isn't a real game, I can't attack it. You'll see that I can't attack it. Over here, there's like an HP bar, so if I go here, I can actually attack this tower. And this is sort of like an outpost, think of it. I died, obviously. I will respawn, and I will respawn in my base. There was a timer. We'll get to all that. I know this can be confusing. So, there are these minions that spawn every 30 seconds. You can see that there are some that are melee, meaning they have to stand next to you to attack you. There are some that are further away. They're called range minions, and they can attack from afar. There's a third type that comes once every 3 waves, and then later on it comes every wave, but in the beginning of the game it comes every 3 waves. There's also 3 different paths: the top path, the middle path, and the bottom path. We call these lanes: the middle lane, the top lane, and the bottom lane. You don't really have to worry about, oh, this is the final minion that I was talking about. This is called a cannon minion because, well, it's a cannon. It has more health, it does more damage. But these are just your minions. These are think of them as general, just normal troops in a war that you're fighting. And the purpose of the war is to destroy the other team's nexus. And there are normally 5 generals versus 5 generals. These generals are piloted using real live players, unless you're playing against bots. And so it's a 5v5, and each person can pick a champion as their general. Here, I've picked Ashe as my general. Now, this isn't her default look. This is a skin that I have. I should have probably not put that on, but we'll get to that. Now, what does a general do? What is a champion? We call them champions. When you pick your champion, you know what their abilities are. Obviously, as a new player, you don't, so you should try different champions and figure out what their abilities are. There's a few things you can do with champions. The main thing is you can kill other champions, and you can destroy their nexus. Killing other champions gives you gold. So not only does it stop them from preventing you doing anything that you want, if you want to destroy their towers, if you want to destroy their nexus, they can't do that when they're dead, right? As you saw when I died, I couldn't really do anything. My screen was grayed out, and I just kind of had to wait until I respawn. So I'll die one more time. I'll die to the tower again. Obviously, you want to avoid dying to the tower or to anyone, but if I die here, I can't do anything. And there's a timer down here. You can see 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And then now I have to walk all the way back if this is my lane. This is where I I decided I will take over. Let me pause here and explain a couple of mechanics. So 1, gold. I talked about killing people, and you get gold. Gold is very important. XP is your other resource. I want you to think of gold and experience as your 2 main resources, right? A lot of people think it's only gold, but it's actually experience as well. What does gold do, and how do you get it? Well, gold gives you access. Well, it doesn't give you access, but gold allows you to buy things from the shop, and as you buy different items, you get stronger. Oh, I can't really do anything, can I? Okay, let's look at here. These are the stats. These are the stats of my champion. She has 64 attack damage. She has 32 armor, 30 magic resist. Normally, if you have her over, it'll tell. She has 0 ability power. She has 0 ability haste. She has 325 move speed. She has crit damage, 0 crit damage. This is her attack speed. These are all the stats of my champion. As I level up, these get stronger, right? That's why XP is important, because not only do you level up, and that does something with your skills, but it also gives you more stats. More stats means more damage, or taking less damage, or just being more useful in general, and that lets you pilot your champion in a more methodical way, stronger, better, faster, all that good stuff. Gold, on the other hand, also increases your stats depending on the items that you buy. So now I'm going to resume, and we're going to check the shop. Did I misspell that? There you go. 3, 2, 1. Normally you can pause, but it's a custom game. So there's this shop over here. If you click P, or if you just press on the gold icon, it'll open up this shop. Now, it's very nice for beginners that there are recommended items, and they're commonly built on this champion. You can also look at all the items here for marksman. Ashe, as you can see, has a bow and arrow. She does ranged attacks. So if you go here, and she attacks, she's ranged. I can stand all the way back here and attack this person over there. I don't have to stand all the way right here if I want to attack someone. I don't have to do that. I can stand over here and attack, or over here and attack. Let's go back here. So she's a ranged marksman, and that's why we're in the marksman tab. And these are generally the items that you would go with marksman tabs. Now, I have a whole nother video that I plan on doing for items. There's a lot of items, so this is just for marksmen, this is for fighters, this is for popular on this champion, support, tank. There's different classes, and if you look at all of them, that's a lot of items. Some of them might be good for this champion, but not that champion. Maybe it's good. Both of them are good on the same champion, but it depends on the situation. There are boots as well. These are sort of expendable items that you can use. There's a lot of stuff in this game. One thing at a time, though. We're just talking about the game. Now, items, you need gold. I will look at the very basic item, which is a longsword. It's 350 gold. You can see passively I'm getting about 1 gold a second. I think it's a little more than 1 gold a second, but you get a little bit of gold every now and then. So even if you're not using other ways of getting gold, you will get a little bit of gold. And you start the game out with 450 gold, if I'm not mistaken, or 500 gold. Is it 450 or 500? I think it's 500. But regardless, this is a longsword. When I buy it, you can look at my attack damage. I'm at 64. When I buy it, it goes up to 74. I became stronger. When I attack, I do more damage. I think that should be very simple. Let's talk about lanes and the map. So, in order for you to win the game, which is, I probably should have started with this because this is really important. In order for you to win the game, you have to destroy this nexus. How do you do that? Well, there are these defensive outposts that are in the way. You can't destroy the nexus unless you destroy these 2 nexus towers. They're called towers, not outposts. In order to destroy these 2, well, you have to destroy at least one of these 3 inhibitors. These inhibitors do a lot of stuff. They do 2 things, actually. The first is that they prevent you from attacking the nexus turrets and the nexus. The second is that they prevent the spawning of super minions. Now, we've seen regular minions. We've seen cannon minions, right? This is the red side cannon minions. And we've seen range, melee, and cannon. There's super minion who's even stronger. It's a melee. And it spawns only when this inhibitor is destroyed. So the inhibitor inhibits the spawn of super minions. If I were to destroy the middle inhibitor, I would have every wave, I would have 1 super minion spawning. If I were to destroy the top one, the top lane would have 1 super minion spawning each wave. And the same thing for bottom lane. Every 30 seconds, we'd get one super minion if I destroy this bottom one. So it benefits you wherein you have a stronger minion. So fighting around that minion, the minion will attack the other minions. It'll push the lane. It does other stuff. It tanks towers very well. As you see, if I just come here, I die very quickly to the tower. I can't really do enough damage to it. But if there's minions here, like I'll show you in a second, we'll get to abilities later. Don't worry. If I go here, I'm waiting for the minions. Right? If I wait for the minions to tank tower, well, this tower's not going to attack me until all of the minions are dead. So the only time I can really attack the tower is when there's something else tanking the tower, right? And you can see I leveled up because I got experience. I'll explain how I got experience in a little bit. I still haven't finished talking about objectives. So until these minions are dead, I'm free. Once these minions are dead, it's going to start attacking me. Now I got gold from the tower. You can see these plates, these lines. Every time I kill the HP to one of the line and I'm in range, I have to be in range, I'll get some gold. And you'll see once all the minions are dead, I'm going to die. Now, if they had a champion here and I attack the champion, that tower is going to say, hey, this guy's a problem. He's attacking my champions. And it'll start focusing me instead of the minions. So that's just something to pay attention to. Now, if I go here, this tower doesn't have an HP bar on it, right? As you can see, I can't attack it even if I wanted to. Whereas when I put my mouse here, you can see it turns into red. Sword icon here, nothing. I'm about to die again to the minions, but I don't care. I'm 0-4. This is where you can see how many kills you have, how many deaths, how many assists. This is how many minions you've killed. Now, killing minions is actually quite important because you get gold. I will not get any gold from these minions as they're dying unless I kill them, right? I can't. It's not enough to just stand there while they die. Even if I'm here, I won't get any gold unless I actually do the final hit, the final damage is mine. That's when I get the gold. Now, watch. If I miss it like that, I hit it, but I didn't kill it. Someone else killed it. I don't get any gold. I still get XP if it dies near me, but I don't get any gold from minions, right? Towers, champion, kills, doesn't work that way. You still get gold and XP, but less. For champions, at least you get an assist instead of a kill, right? Because you didn't land the final blow. Once you destroy this tower, then you can attack this tower. This tower is immortal, invulnerable. You can't attack it until you finish off this tower. Same thing for the inhibitor tower, right? So this is a tier 1 tower, tier 2 tower, tier 3 tower. You can't hit tier 3 until you destroy tier 2. Same thing for tier 1. Now, if I destroy this tower, can I hit the middle tier 2? No. You have to destroy mid tier 1 before mid tier 2, before mid tier 3. Same thing for bottom lane. So hypothetically, I could go through mid lane, destroy mid tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, destroy the inhibitor, destroy both nexuses, towers, and the nexus without touching any other towers. I could do that. Am I going to do that? Probably not. Why? Because towers give you gold. More gold means more damage. It means, just doing more damage means it's easier to win the game. Also, there's minions in these lanes. So right now, I'm not getting any of this gold. All these minions are dying to my minions, and minions killing minions is pretty useless. All these minions, that's a lot of gold. You can see the towers killing them all. I should be the one killing them all and collecting all the gold. Now, I killed one of the plates on this tower. As you can see, I took some of the plates on here. This is what all the towers have been hit, but each one of these segments is a plate. And the plates disappear on their own after 14 minutes, but they provide you gold if you kill them. So that's pretty useful. So now that's gold. Now let's talk about XP. XP, as we said, raises your damage. So before, when I had just a longsword, I think I was at 64, and I should have been at 74, but now I'm at 79. Or maybe it was already like that. I forget. But regardless, I can actually give myself a little bit more XP. So right now I'm at 79. I went to 81, 84. As I level up, I get more damage. So I'm going to go to level 6. Why is leveling up important beside your base stats? Well, it gives you more points. And each point levels up an ability. You can unlock an ability, or you can put more points in one ability. So the reason you pick a champion is for a few things. Their base stats, I just zoomed in, I don't know why. Their base stats, right? Whether they're melee or range, depending on how far they can attack. So I would probably pick this hero to attack someone who's further away and not really, try to melee brawl against them. The other thing is their abilities. Each champion comes with a passive, right? So it's sort of the identity of this champion. And here Ashe is Frost Shot. Ashe's attacks and abilities slow, right? They slow 23%. This double arrow sign in the parentheses represents levels. So as I level up, you can see it'll go from 20 to 30. I press shift to show a little bit more detail, but let's not worry about that. So if I level myself up one more level, it was at 23, now it's at 24. So every level, it'll go up a little bit for 2 seconds. So if I attack you and you're chasing me, you're going to be slow. If you had 100 movement speed, you'll be, what's 24%? You'll be at 76, if I'm not mistaken, movement speed. Attacks against enemies affected by this ability, so if I attack you twice within that 2-second duration, deals 120% crit damage. So that sign is for critical. You can see right now I have 0 crit chance. So the more crit chance you have, the more damage it does. So I'll buy a little bit of crit chance for you to see. What's the cheapest? Where's the cloak? Wait, let's go to marksman. Let's go to cloak of agility. 15% critical strike chance. Now when I go here, it does 131. Why? Well, it increased because I just bought 15% critical strike chance. Ashe's critical strikes deal no extra damage. Normally the way crit works is that as you attack, you have a base damage, so you'll do 89 damage. But if you have, let's say, 15% chance to do double damage, critical hit, right? Ashe is unique in that that's not how that works, right? Instead of doing double damage, it increases the slow to 47% decaying. Means that it starts at a 47% slow and then it goes down. So that's the idea of Ashe. She can very easily what we call kite an opponent, meaning that if I'm here, and it'll be a second, but I'm going to attack this melee minion, right? It's going to chase me, but it can't catch me because I hit it, I slow it, and then I move back. I hit it, I slow it, I move back. I hit it, oops, I slow it, I move back. I hit it. Okay, it's dying to the tower. But you get the point. It tries to chase me, it can't chase me, and I'm attacking it, and I'm stepping back. Attacking it, stepping back. You can think of boxing a little bit. You know, I'm jabbing, and then I'm dodging. I'm jabbing, and then I'm dodging. And it can't chase me, well, because I'm slowing it. That's the base passive, right? You can see it even says, oh, it doesn't say passive, haha. It just says QWER. Okay. Now, these are the abilities. Each champion has a unique set of abilities. I'm not going to go specifically into Ashe's abilities. I'm going to have a full video just describing Ashe because I think she's one of the better marksmen for beginners. But I will show you that you can level them up. So you can press Control and the abilities, so you can see QWER. I'm going to lock my camera for a second. You can just press Y to lock the camera. This way, no matter where I move the mouse, it doesn't go anywhere. And if I unlock the camera, you see, it goes, it moves. Pretty simple. Anyways, like I was saying. Now, sometimes even abilities will have passive and active. I don't want you to worry about that. I just want you to know that abilities in general have 5 levels. So this is a level 1 Q, right? You can see there's 1 dot, level 2 Q, 2 dots. The more you level it up, the more it increases. So in this case, if I were to level up to 3, the attack speed bonus I would get would go from 32.5 to 40. The flurry attack damage ratio goes from 1.1 to 1.15. Don't worry about that stuff. You can just put more, you can kind of decide what you want. Now, if you see this sort of level up icon has a blinking yellow light, that's a recommendation that that's probably what you want to take next. So that's what I'm going to take next. Your R is your ultimate ability. Usually it has a long cooldown, and you can see the cooldown. How do I do that? You can, yeah, it's on the top right of the description. It says 5 seconds. Here it says 100 seconds, 18 seconds, 0 seconds. You can see the ultimate cooldown is a lot longer than everything else. So use it wisely. There's also these 2 summoner spells. I'll get to that later, but this is the gist of it. Now, there's a lot of empty space here on the map, and that's because there's other stuff except these 3 lanes. There's what's called jungle. Lock camera, oops. There's this jungle. These 4 quadrants, right? So quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. These are what we call the jungle. This is your side of the jungle, the blue side, right? Because my towers sort of demarcate a line, and that everything below that line is my side of the map. Everything above it is red side map. And then there's these 2. We'll get to that. But first, there's 3 monsters in each quadrant. So the monsters here are the same exact monsters here. And the monsters in the bottom, in the top side of blue side are the same monsters that are in the bottom side of red side. And I'll show you them right now. Here there are Krugs. A jungler usually takes care of it. So normally you have 5 players in a team. You have an AD carry, a marksman player, which in this case would be Ashe. You usually have a support to help. Then you have a mid laner, a top laner, and then a jungler who takes care of these monsters. So here you have a red buff. Killing it will give me a buff. You have these raptors. You can just... I'll just teleport here. You have wolves. You have blue buff. So there's a red buff here. This is blue buff here. And then you have Gromp. Now there's a river. Let's go to the river. So you can see there's a river. And there's this tiny little scuttle crab here that once I kill it gives me vision. There's also what's called a Rift Herald, and later on Baron, which are extremely important objectives, and if you get them, it makes it so much easier to win the game. I will not be going through that today. On the other side, there's also a Scuttle Crab that gives me vision once I kill it. So right now, I can't see if there's anyone here or not. You can see it's dark, right? But if I put a ward, which is over here, you automatically get them. If I put a ward, I can actually see what's over here, right? If I go here, I have no idea what's going on here. If I'm here, I can see, but if I'm not, I can't. Wards allow you to see in places you're not there. There's also dragons. Dragons are very important for other reasons. I'll have a whole video on Rift Herald, on Baron, on Skull Crabs, jungle monsters, and you know, dragons. There's different types of dragons. There's the Chemtech dragon. Game has a lot of mechanics, and it also has almost 200 champions. There's a lot to do. There's like these plants that don't look like plants. There's another plant. Where is it? Huh? Are there no plants? Do they despawn? Huh? I didn't know that. But yeah, oh, there it is. Okay. There's this plant. There's a lot of stuff in the game. And so I just wanted to describe what the game was. Focus on killing towers, getting gold, building the recommended items, killing the champions when you can, figuring out what the champions do, make sure to kill the minions in order to actually get the gold. And then, yeah, figure out what your abilities do, pick a champion. If it's your once it becomes your favorite champion, once you find a champion you really like, just play it, make it your main. That's what we call mains, like what you mainly play, and then you can move from there. Hopefully this helped.